Hello and welcome everyone to our YouTube channel. Here is our another video. Our today's topic is quality control questions. Before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you can get the video notification. Let's start the video. What is an SOP? Standard Operating Procedure SOP is a certain type of document that describes in step-by-step outline form how to perform a particular task or operation. Everyone in a company must follow the same procedures to assure that tasks are performed consistently and correctly. Most companies have a wide variety of SOPs that describe how to do different tasks. In many companies, technicians and operators are trained in how to follow individual SOPs, and their training record specifies which SOPs they are trained on and are authorized to use. What is 21 CFR Part 11? Title 21 CFR Part 11 of the Code of Federal Regulations deals with the Food and Drug Administration guidelines on electronic records and electronic signatures in United States. Part 11, as it is commonly called, defines the criteria under which electronic records and electronic signatures are considered to be trustworthy, reliable, and equivalent to paper records. What are user requirements? User requirements specification describes what users require from the system. User requirement specifications are written early in validation process, typically before the system is credited. It is written by the system owner and end users with input from quality assurance. Requirements outlined in URS are usually tested in performance qualification. User requirements specifications are not intended to be technical document. Readers with only general knowledge of system should be able to understand the requirements outlined in URS. What is validation plan? Validation plan defines the scope and goal of validation project. Validation plans are written before a validation project and are specific to single validation project. Validation plan can include deliverables, documents to be generated during the validation process, resources or departments or personnel to participate in validation project, timeline for completing the validation project. What is an IQ document? Installation qualification are a collection of test cases used to verify the proper installation of system. The requirements to properly install the system was defined in design specification. Installation qualifications must be performed before completing operational qualification and performance qualification. What is an OQ document? Operational qualification are a collection of test cases used to verify the proper functioning of system. Also, test requirements defined in functional requirements. OQ are usually performed before the system is released for use. What is a PQ document? Performance qualifications are a collection of test cases used to verify that a system performs as expected under simulated real-world conditions. The performance qualification test requirements that were defined in user requirement specification or possibly the functional requirements. Due to the nature of performance qualifications, these tests are sometimes conducted with power users as the system is being released. What is validation summary report? Validation summary reports provide an overview of the entire validation project. When regulatory auditors review validation projects, they typically begin by reviewing the summary report. The validation summary report should include a description of validation project, all test cases performed including if those test cases passed without issue, all deviations reported including how those deviations were resolved. What is a change request? Change control is general term describing the process of managing how changes are introduced into a control system. In validation, this means how changes are made to the validated system. Change control is required to demonstrate to regulatory authorities that validated the system remain under control after system changes. Change control systems are favorite target of regulatory auditors because they vividly demonstrate an organization capacity to control its system. Why water for pharmaceutical use is always kept in closed loop in continuous circulation? Water is the best medium for many microorganisms. Microorganisms can be highly pathogenic, which causes serious disease. Many diseases are waterborne. These pathogens infect after consumption of contaminated water. Microorganisms tend to settle on a surface if water is allowed to stand in stagnant position for few hours. These settled microorganisms form a film over the surface of vessel and piping. Such film formed by microorganisms is also called as biofilm. Biofilms are very difficult to remove. Once a biofilm is formed at a particular point, then that point may form a biofilm again even after cleaning very easily, as a seed from this point may not completely get removed effectively. Biofilms then can become a source of microbial contamination. Therefore, purified water after collection in a distribution system is always kept in a closed loop in continuous circulation. A continuous circulation is also not enough at some points. Therefore, it is aided with high temperature range from 65 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius. A minimum temperature of 65 degrees Celsius is considered a self-sanitizing, but better assurance is obtained with a temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Purified water collected should be stored in a stainless steel vessel, which must facilitate distribution to the point of use in a closed loop of continuous circulation. Tank should be made of corrosion-free material of construction and must facilitate sanitization and easy cleaning. Water for pharmaceutical use shall be free cations, anions and other impurities. Why? Water for pharmaceutical must be free from inorganic as well as organic impurities, minerals and heavy metals. Some impurities like calcium, magnesium, ferrous are responsible for degradation of drug molecule. Many cations like ferrous and calcium, magnesium acts as catalysts in degradation reaction of drug molecule. Anions like chloride are highly active. They participate in nucleophilic substitution reactions, where in they break a double bond between double bond C into single bond as ClCH2, which a reason why we observe that color dyes tend to fade in presence of chlorine, as most of the dyes used are diazo compounds, which has plenty of places for nucleophilic substitution reactions, which is also a reason why stability of drug is drastically affected in presence of cations and anions from mineral origin present in water. Brazil falls under which climatic zone? Zone 4b, 30 degrees Celsius and 75% relative humidity. Water for pharmaceutical use shall be free from heavy metals. Why? Heavy metals like lead and arsenic are highly cumulative neurotoxic metals. Heavy metals are not eliminated out of our body easily like other drugs and molecules, but heavy metals bind with proteins and tend to get accumulated in fatty tissues. Nerve tissue is most likely to get damaged by heavy metals. Heavy metal causes nervous tissue damage, therefore, water must be free from heavy metals. Forced degradation, stress testing, and accelerated stability testing are same. Forced degradation and stress testing are not same. Stress testing is likely to be carried out on a single batch of drug substance. The testing should include the effect of temperature in 10 degrees Celsius increments, example 50 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius. Above that, for accelerated testing, humidity, example 75% relative humidity or greater. Where appropriate, oxidation and photolysis on the drug substance. The testing should also evaluate the susceptibility of drug substance to hydrolysis across a wide range of pH values when in solution or suspension. Photostability testing should be an integral part of stress testing. Hope you like this video. For more video notifications, join us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and WhatsApp. Thank you for watching.